it's Sam. I had so many people asking me in my video yesterday what I was wearing on my eyes, and I couldn't remember, and so I was like, it's a ColourPop pressed shadow. It was a ColourPop, but I couldn't remember the specific name. So I figured today I would just do the tutorial for you guys because I had a lot of compliments on it and quite a few people asking what it was that I was wearing. So instead of me just trying to like explain what I did, I figured I would just show you guys. I have a full face tutorial from foundation to eyes to lips, everything. And it's basically like my favorite current makeup look. When I want to look really good, like I feel like I look good and I want to feel good about myself, this is what I do. I love the smoky eye. I love the nude lip. It's just like my go-to look right now that I really love. Like if I was going to an event, this is what I would be wearing. If I wanted to like just look extra snazzy or go on a date night with Jay, this is what I would wear. So it's kind of just my go-to look right now, and I hope you guys love it. If you do, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter. It is Friday. It is snowing. Like we literally have a blizzard. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping, and enjoy your weekend, and let's get on to the tutorial. Okay, so I've already applied my cream, my day cream with SPF 30. The next thing I'm going to do is apply my foundation. I'm still using my Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now Turtles is going to decide to make a bunch of noise because I love it. That's why. I always just put it on the back of my hand and then just use a damp beauty sponge from SLMissGlam. I love these. They're so good. So I basically just apply that all over. Sometimes I feel like the harder you hit your head with your beauty blender, the farther it'll shove into your pores, and then your pores will look so amazing. But I love to give it a good whack-a-doodle on the forehead. Okay, so for concealer, I am still using my Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. I literally, once I find stuff that works, guys, especially for my face, like I don't veer off because I do not want to mess about trying to find stuff that's like, you know what I mean? It's like if it works, why change it? And then I also blend that out with my beauty blender as well. Powder is also the same. I use my NARS and I love this stuff. I literally bought so many of them, it's ridiculous at this point. It just helps to fill in your pores. In case you're new to me and you don't know what this does, it fills in the pores, it fills in your wrinkles, and it just makes everything look a lot more smoothed out.
A spark, a light, you caught my heart on fire. Dark eyes, no lies, they grip me with desire. You smile, I beam, you said it's been a while. I'm hooked, I sink, you sing, bird on a wire. Oh, don't keep me waiting longer.
Okay, so I'm still using my Ben Nye Super White Powder, and I just get a little bit of that in the lid. This brush is an Morphe MB23, and it's just really, really great for applying that powder underneath the eye and just really buffing it into the skin. This way it just looks the most natural and skin-like, but it still like looks really flawless and bright under there. For my powder, for the rest of my face, I use the Luminous Silk Compact from Giorgio Armani. This is in the color number 2. Looks like this. And this is nice because it gives you just a tiny little bit of extra coverage, but nothing too major. It doesn't look powdery on the face. It just kind of evens everything out and sets the rest of my makeup, but adds a little bit of color back into my skin. And it also blends out that white underneath the eyes as well. For contour, it is like so snowy and rainy and who knows what out there, so I'm just going to stick with my normal. This is the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer, and I love it. I'm using a Morphe, what is this, E3. And I love this brush, it's awesome. So I just get my temples. And I have been really loving wearing headbands when I do my makeup just because it gets all of my hair pulled back so that I can kind of get it up into my hairline a little bit more. It's quite tough when you're blonde because sometimes you can start getting your makeup on your hair and it turns it a little bit more orangey. So I've been wearing headbands so that I'm just hitting my roots for the most part, and my headband versus my hair. So lately I have been wearing the Becca blush. This is called Apricot Blossom, but it's from the Sun Chaser palette. So I really like this one because it's just such a pretty peachy coral and it really like warms up the face very, very nicely. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so this is when I go back in with my Beauty Blender and the NARS powder, and I just bake underneath my cheeks, just because that brush is so big that I've applied my contour with. Sometimes it can get a little bit messy looking, so it just kind of cleans it up and makes everything a little bit tidier underneath there so that it doesn't look like your cheeks are trying to eat your chin. I take my MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish Show Gold. I literally, every time I say that, I feel like I have a lisp, and I do have a lisp right now because I've changed my trays, so I do have a little bit of a lisp going on anyway. But when I say Show Gold, I literally feel like I have like a gigantic lisp. So, Show Gold. This is a Morphe E27, by the way. I love this brush for highlighting. And I just basically apply that like all on top of my blush, and it adds a really pretty glow. And then I have really been loving this Becca Prismatic Amethyst. I've been wearing it a lot. I've had a lot of really like great compliments on it when I wear it. Technically for today's weather, it's probably not the best because it looks dreary and rainy and wintry outside. I think it's more of a spring tone because it does have that little pop of purple. But you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of like pop of purple in your life because this weather is bringing me down. So we're just gonna add a little bit of purple to my face today. And it really is pretty. It's very subtle. Like, you definitely have a bit of a purple glow, but it is so beautiful on. It's so springy and kind of like unicorny, and I love it. And I put a little bit up here, just kind of like, I don't know, brings a little bit of fun to your face. And it looks really pretty in the sun too. Okay, for my brows, I've been taking two products. This is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil in number 3. And I just brush my brows first. So I just basically fill them in. So then the next thing I do is take my Lancome Sourcils Styler, and this is in the color 01, and it's basically just to kind of like set your brows into place. It does add a little bit of color. It's like a little wand like this. It's like a little plastic one. And I just kind of brush all the hairs into place, and it's nice because it kind of like adds little highlights to my brows, so it's really great if you have blonde hair. For my brow bone, I have actually been really loving the Natural Love palette from Too Faced, and I have been taking Poodle, which is right here, and I just love this color for my brow bone. It really is just so brightening and so pretty. It's got a sheen to it, but it's not like overly shimmery. And it's just like really pretty for spring because it does have a bit of a pinky tint to it, but it's not pink, if you know what I mean. Like in the inner corner, it just brightens everything up really nicely, and I love it. These are all of my ColourPop pressed powders, pressed shadows, whatever they're called. The first color that I'm going to take is this one, and this one is called Note to Self, and it's just a really pretty kind of like camel color. It's a warm tan, and it is just amazing for the crease. It is matte. I've been trying to bring it up a little higher just to kind of like hide that stupid zit scar that I have. Like, I don't am gonna get this freaking zit. It's like so random. Get a good amount of color in the crease there because we're gonna just have really dark shades on the lid. So you wanna be able to have it so that it is gonna blend nicely. So then next I took, what is this called? I need to memorize these. Top Notch and Popular Demand. So this is Top Notch, that's Popular Demand, and I basically just go back and forth between the two. And then I just put that onto the whole entire lid. And then I just work that into the crease, the lower part of the crease though. I don't go up too high with it. And just kind of like blend it up. And then I get a little bit more of that Popular Demand and kind of just deepen the outer part of it because it's just got a little bit of a deeper tone just so that it's nice and dark. I do the exact same thing on the other eye. Then I took this color right here, which is called, oh, you know what? This was in one of the palettes. I can't remember what it was called. What was it? I have them right here. I don't know what they were called though. They were these ones and it came in one of those. So I can't remember what it's called. It doesn't have a name on the bottom, but it's just this really pretty kind of like red color. And then I just took a little bit of that and just kind of like popped it kind of just all over the lid. This color right here, which was the Top Notch, and a flat shader brush. This is the E58 from Sigma. And I just made it nice and smoky underneath. And I go back into that Too Faced palette and just double check that it's nice and bright in the inner corner because sometimes like things can like flick into it and then it's like not quite as bright. So I just go in and like double check that it's all brightness in there. For the final step, you take the Glitterally Glamour Dust from Too Faced. This was a limited collection with Nikki Tutorials, so I don't know if it's still available. If I can find it, I will link it down below, but any kind of like, just, you know, iridescent glitter will work. And I basically just press it onto the lid, and because it's just over dry powder, it's kind of like just takes on the color. It just looks like a clear glitter over the shadow that you have already, but it kind of just adds like a little bit of like sparkle and gold fun, but it's still like a nice smoky eye. So I pretty much love this glitter. It's probably one of my favorite glitters. You will get fallout though, so make sure that you do powder because it does get like everywhere. And then I take my Cover FX Perfect Pencil. This is in the color N Light. You guys have seen this so many times, like literally. I just line my waterline with that just because it makes it bright, especially if you are using warm browns and reds. Sometimes it can make you look a little sick if you have it in your waterline, so just make sure you always use a nude liner in your waterline to kind of brighten it up again and make people realize that you aren't dead or, you know, dying. I take the Seals Booster XL from Lancome and the Seals Booster, and then the Lancome Hypnos Drama. I always use those exact same things, so you guys probably already know that by now. Run out so darn fast. I feel like the primer isn't quite as bad as the Hypnos Drama. The Hypnos Drama though is kind of ridiculous. It just like dries up so darn fast. So instead of pumping, I just wiggle a bunch, and that's how I like to do it. Just makes it last a little bit longer. Then I'm just gonna brush off my bake. I just kind of like buff it in. Then I go back in with my big powder brush and I just kind of stamp it on the bottom. Whatever's left on the brush will just kind of like even everything up. Then I get my blush brush and I kind of like retouch that up just so that if there's anything that got like kind of muted down, that it will kind of bring it back to life. And then for my lips, I'm just gonna do what I always wear because this is kind of like my favorite look right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my favorite look. So this is my Kokie Cosmetics 539 pink, nude pink, sorry, and it's kind of like, I've used it so much. So I just use this. And I fill in the whole lip with that. I take my Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I love it, it looks so good. And this is in the color Pink Sorbet. And the next step that I do is take the Vichy Laboratories Eau Thermale. It's a Vichy Thermal Spa Water, and it's just a spray. And I've actually been really loving this to set my makeup, and I shake it really good. And it's a mist. And it's just really nice. Good wafting like this. That's like my favorite, like if I want to feel like, yes, girl, you look good today, this is what I do. I love the smoky eye. It just makes my eyes really pop. It makes the whites look white and the blue look really blue. And it just like makes my eyes the feature of the look. And then this lip is just so beautiful. I just like, your lips look luscious and juicy and healthy and plumped. And it's the perfect nude. And then I love that little highlighter. Like I really do love that little bit of like purple. Is just such a pretty look for spring. Adding that little bit of purple to your face. It's so subtle where it's like, wait a minute, has she got purple on her face? It's subtle enough to where you're not like, whoa, but then it's just enough to where people are like, oh, I love your highlight. That's so interesting. And then I just take my little headband off and I give my hair a good shake, and that's usually when I'll probably do some dry shampoo. And then I'm good to go. So there you go guys. I hope you guys found that helpful. I just really wanted to do it for the people that were asking about it, and I haven't done a tutorial for a little while. So there's my favorite makeup look right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. These are products that I just like have been absolutely loving, and you guys should check them out. Everything will be listed down below in the description box. So if there's something that you wanted specifically, you can click right on the link and it'll take you right on over so you can purchase it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday. I hope you guys all enjoy your weekend. And if you haven't seen Beauty and the Beast yet, you need to go watch it. Do it this weekend. If you've got kids, it was just so amazing. I love it. I literally have been singing the songs all week. So thank you guys. Mwah.